I like what I see. Just 1 second, I need to put the chat where it belongs. Put you guys in your place, which is on my phone. See, I don't get why people buy two monitors. I'm going to discuss this again when more people join the chat. But I don't get why people buy two monitors. Just get a phone. You get a phone and it's like a second monitor. Look, I got you guys right here. Why would you want to spend $1,000 on a second monitor? Why? Why would you? So I'm going to talk about this in a little bit again when I have some people to talk to, because right now I just started the stream and people haven't joined yet. But I don't get it, really. This whole aspect of getting two monitors makes no sense. Hello. Yeah, I've been told VTubing is for ugly people. So I thought it's for me, but I keep seeing YouTube fucking with VTubers. Makes me a little bit worried. I don't know. Maybe they want to see a human face. Like, this is what I see. They want to see a human face. They want you to dox yourself, chat. Want you to dox yourself, so I guess I will every now and then. If any one of you is kind enough to share this on my server, on my Discord, I forgot to. I apologize. But yeah. Is that Apple? Yeah, I do have an Apple for the face cam. For the face capture for the VTube thing, right? So it's something that I can actually justify buying for my business. But other than that, I wouldn't get an Apple because Samsung is just superior in every way. However, because VTubing requires an Apple, I was like, okay, well, I'll get one. And I still have my Samsung, but it's a bad investment. Like, I wouldn't have recommended to people unless they can justify it as a company expense or something. Because being a YouTuber, you kind of don't have any expenses. I mean, sure, the computer, but you buy it once. The microphone, but you buy it once. And after that, you don't pay for anything. So you can't justify expenses like, for example, buying an iPhone if you actually use it for your job. So, yeah. It is an actual Apple. No, but like this is a Samsung. Like this is a very old Samsung. I think it's like 5 or 4 years old. But it's what I used to have. So now I have an Apple. The Lari. How do you pronounce this, chat? How do you what is this? Okay, hold on. How do you pronounce this? The Larry Blueberry. Why can't you use spaces, man, when you write your stuff? Love me like I love you. I'm a little bit disturbed, not for $5. I mean, I understand you have a lot of love to give. Unfortunately, I give most of it to my wife. So I'm in a little predicament right now. But if you want me to love you like you love me, you need to cough up more cash. What can I say? I may be a whore, but I'm an expensive whore. I respect myself. I show respeto. Yeah, it's a Samsung phone. I did not pickpocket the phone. What is it like? What? Only one joke? Like, come on. Did you pickpocket the phone? Maybe I did. And if I would have, do you think I would have said it on the stream? Like, do you think I would be that stupid enough to admit it on the stream? Had I pickpocketed it? Why don't you think about what you're asking? Ask me in private, for fuck's sakes. Maybe I'll give you some tips. Why is the microphone peaking all the time? My God, like, this microphone is the most sensitive microphone in the world. See, now that I actually have a webcam, I can show you guys. Like, the gain on the microphone. Jesus, the Apple camera is so fucking good. It's so crisp. But, like, the gain on the microphone is literally at minimum. Like, it doesn't go any lower. And I put the microphone here and it's still peaking. Like, I'm trying my best to talk as low as possible. Now, I can actually turn down the volume from within the program, but the quality is diminished. Yeah. You never seen my face before. This is my face reveal. It's just that I want to give something back to the community that you guys helped build, and I think it's been a while, and you should see my face. Everyone who's had the Blue Yeti said they were way too sensitive. Oh, you know what? Like, hold on. Do I have a sock in the room? Fuck, I don't have a sock in... No. I have something better. I got a shirt. Let's do some... I'll show you some live streaming hacks, chat. Something that you probably never seen before. Look at this. Very beautiful. My wife got it to me, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to try putting it over the microphone like this. And please tell me, how's the audio now? Does it help? Now that I turned my microphone into a spooky ghost? Is it better? How's the volume compared to before? Is it a good life hack or not? I need to know. Man, I should put like the camera. See, this is another problem. I should put the camera like right here, so that when I look into it, I can actually see you guys. Much better. Yeah, let's see. I need to know if there's any difference in the audio. This is also very beautiful, huh? No difference? I'm getting conflicted. Sounds protected. Should we do ASMR, chat? Do you want me to? Hold on. Listen to this. Is this how money is made on YouTube? Is this what you need to do in order not to get demonetized for reused content? Probably worth college. Okay, I see. I need the sock then. The thing that I used to wipe my glasses with. There we go. Much better. It is actually better. I know it's better because this is a life hack. I actually teach new... See, I've been helping out so many new content creators now. Not just VTubers, but other people as well. Like telling them how to set up their room, telling them what equipment they should go for. You know, if they have limited money, how they should upgrade a computer and stuff. It's been great, you know, helping other people and stuff. And I can use some of the techniques that I know. Like when I wouldn't use my camera, you don't want to know how my microphone would look like. I used all sorts of bizarre things on it. I use socks. I use shirts. Sweater actually is the best. Like if you have a good sweater knitted by your grandma, you fold it and you put it over the microphone and all the echo goes away. That painting behind me, it's made of soft material, and it also cancels sound. Like if I were to take the painting off the wall, you would hear a lot of echo. So that's another life hack. Like when you go into a new house and there's no furniture yet, and there's a lot of echo, that's how you can get rid of it. You take paintings like that, you put drapes on the window, and it does wonders with the echo. Democrats saying COVID is coming back and they need to keep and expand mail-in vote. Oh, of course. Very important. Every person should vote, man. It's part of the democratic system. The only problem is when states get to decide legislation. That's where SCOTUS comes in. And make sure that very important things for the left don't get up to be democratically debated and voted on. But other than that, no, like everyone should vote. Show my feet. I'm not showing. I'd like, if I was a woman, I would understand that request. But like, what is wrong with you? Why would you ask something like that? Have rugs on the wall like Russians do. It wasn't just the Russians that had rugs on the wall. Eastern Europeans and people under communism did as well. It was the only thing you could buy that was different than what everyone else had. So a lot of people bought these things, and they were quite expensive as well. Okay. Let's talk about some interesting news. Now, you guys remember when I made the video complaining about one of my neighbors? Let me see if I can bring the video up so we can talk about it. Give me 1 second. Chotomate. Chotomate intensifies. I need to scroll down a little bit, but I'll find it. Here we go. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, because it's going to be a little bit smaller than usual, but hopefully you can, right? So, I was talking about my garden, and I talked about how the neighbor built this fence, which is annoying the living shit out of me. I mean, it's not that I'm going to do anything about it. You know, it's his property. He has a right to put it. But it's like so fucking annoying. It's an eyesore. The main reason is that he didn't go all the way with the fence. Like, first of all, I didn't want it. But like, if you're going to make it, at least make it all the way until the end, right? Like, make it all the way till the entrance. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you just putting like 2 panels here? It makes no sense. Okay. So I made this, interesting complaint. And today someone gave me an article that, honest to God, like, I would have just moved. I would have just moved house if someone did this shit. Like, if I react like that to 2 panels, imagine how I react when someone does this eyesore. So this guy painted his house rainbow, and now he's even in the papers. Why though? See, I don't really get, like, maybe I'm of a different stock, and I'm on the idea that you shouldn't annoy your neighbor. Like, you shouldn't upset your neighbor, like, try to be nice to your neighbor so that they're nice to you in return. But, like, apparently, like, according to him, like, we don't even know, right? Because it's not like a court found his neighbor guilty, like, threatened to kill him. Like, what does that even mean? What that does even mean? It could just be, like, the neighbor just used a common insult or something. Like, I'm going to fucking end you. And he was like, oh my God, he's threatening to kill me. You know, it's like, okay. But like, dude, I understand. Like, I got nothing against this person being gay, by the way. Like, I don't care. Like, fine. But like, do you have to do the eyesore thing? I'm just... Like, look, I'm Romanian. If I was to paint my house red, yellow, and blue with like some stringent, powerful colors that upset my neighbors... You know, imagine like painting your house with the American flag. Like, it doesn't mean that if I'm against someone painting their house with the American flag that I would be disrespecting America. It just means that there is a time and place, and like houses with vibrant colors like this, they might not please the neighbors, is what I'm saying. So apparently he was homophobically attacked. Now, look, if you're homophobically attacked, and we're talking about the UK, why didn't you press charges? Why aren't those people arrested? This is what I don't get. Like, on the internet, anyone can be Santa. I'm just wondering, like, what are the receipts? Like, all you have is that this guy is claiming that it happened, and then the newspaper writes about it. Of course he has an iPhone. Of course. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't criticize him having an iPhone, because now I have one as well. But it's like the symptom of the bourgeois. You know, like the bourgeois symbol. You get an iPhone. It shows status, displays wealth. Proudly gay hairstylist from Australia. I mean, is Australia really a place that you think about when homophobia comes into the discussion? Imagine having neighbors. But you do need to have neighbors. Where the fuck do you live? Damn, Romania, how many times do you stream a day? Get a voice changer software? No. I stream as many times as needed to make my quota of $30. Alright, like, that's my goal. $30. If I make $30, I'm happy. So, they heard that I was going to paint my house in rainbow colors, and they didn't like it. They threatened to kill me and tried to beat me up. Okay, like, look, you're having rude neighbors. I get it. But like, you are going to paint it rainbow anyway. The problem isn't that they're homophobic, okay? Like, being... This is such an annoying argument. The problem isn't that they're being homophobic. The problem is that they don't like a house that's colored in rainbow. That's the difference. Again, like, going back to what I said before, the American flag, right? If you paint your house in the American flag, in a community where everyone has, like, normal colors, and you come with, like, an American flag colored house, people who are against that aren't against America. You know, they're not against what the flag stands for. They're just against the fact that it looks bad. Whatever, you know. But it's like, again, if I was acting like that over 2 panels, can you imagine, like, how that would be? Like, you go out of your house, like, what is that? You know, it's like bright red, yellow, blue coming at you. It's like, and he painted unevenly. Yes, like, this is another problem. He painted it unevenly. That's I think, like, if you have, like, an affliction, what is it? But like this person is obsessed with the rainbow, by the way. Just so you can understand, like, another thing that I find interesting, right? Like, you're not supposed to criticize this art style, but imagine if you go to a person's house and they have American flags literally every fucking where. You know, like, even if you're a right-winger, but you go into this man's house and there's, like, literally everything is American. You know, like, he's got eagles on his teacups. He's got American flags on the wall. He's got, like, the entire furniture painted with the stripes. And he takes his pants down and he's got an American flag underwear, right? Like, you would start to say, maybe that's a little bit too much. Like, maybe that's not such a good art style, you know? I mean, that doesn't mean you disrespect America. It just means, like, what the fuck are you doing? It does look like a kindergarten, doesn't it? Like, kids like those bright colors. It looks like a childish state. Yes, precocious. It looks precocious. The amount of people the rainbow community alienates and disgusts grows by the week. It's not that I'm alienated or disgusted. It's just that I don't understand why that's a news article, number one. And number two, it's like, look, you're going to be treated the same way you treat others. So don't complain when the neighbor starts working early at 5 a.m. in the morning making loud noises, you know? Or when the neighbor starts planting ugly trees on his property. And you're like, oh my god, that's some ugly trees. Yeah, we call these people attention. I don't think I can use the other word. But you know what? I can say something. I can say something that is probably going to convey my message, but at the same time not get me into trouble. He's an attention seeker. Did you see what I did there? Like, there was another concept that I could have used, but YouTube doesn't like it, so I will use this one. He is an attention seeker. He seeks attention. No, not an attention horse. That doesn't make sense. Like, why would he be an attention horse? He's an attention seeker. He seeks attention. Although the other word that I was thinking about was more interesting because it conveyed a different emotion. It was a willingness to demean yourself, to degrade yourself in order to gain attention. So that is a little bit above the concept of attention seeking. Like, attention seeking is when you're looking for it. But the other concept that I can't say on YouTube is when you're willing to demean yourself, to degrade yourself, to lower yourself in order to look for attention. I think I'm going to use my face a little bit more on this channel, actually, and I'll keep the troll for lack of entertainment. I know, but yes, precocious. Thank you, Jonathan. I like the fact that you like me. I like you as well. Now, apparently, YouTube CEO. Is it just me, or like, look, I keep saying nice things about Susan, but like, realistically speaking, I'm not doing it because I'm on this platform and I'm ass kissing. No, like, because she doesn't watch my videos. Like, it doesn't matter. I know people who talk bad about her every single video and nothing happens to them. No. But like, I think out of all the CEOs, she's probably the most happiest. Like, think about it, right? Jack Dorsey, my god, like, he was so unfucking happy. The Indian replacement, I forgot his name, the one on Twitter, but like, he's on his way out. He's not happy. Zuckerberg, like, he's very odd. She's the only person that's married with children and genuinely looks happy. Like, whenever you see her, she's happy, she's smiling. Met with Jmurgia Unidos. Jmurguia Unidos to have an important conversation about We Are Unidos US misinformation research and initiatives. At YouTube, we're looking every day to fight misinformation. I'll give you an example of misinformation, YouTube. Hold on. I'll give you the best example of misinformation that you can find. I hope that the fact checkers can look at this. This genuinely upsets me, okay? Chica Fujilisa has been demonetized for reused content. I watch Chica Fujilisa. My wife watches Chica Fujilisa. We all watch Chica Fujilisa. There is no reused content on her fucking channel. She doesn't deserve this shit. She's a nice lady. And not only that, like, look how YouTube treated her. Look how it's like, if you upload videos from multiple sources or repurpose someone else's existing content, you won't be eligible for she doesn't do any of this. Like, this is what she's trying to convey to you. She's saying, like, look, she's not doing. She's got 423 people that agree. Like, 423 people that agree, like, no, she's not doing this. Can you please look at her channel? Your channel can still be lacking context or info about the creative value you're adding to make this unique. It's best to change your overall strategy. Change what strategy? Like, do you want her to stop VTubing? You know why this upsets me? I'll tell you why it upsets me. Because I reached out. I reached out behind the scene to certain content creators. I won't give names. But either, like, and these are content creators that asked favors of me in the past and I helped them out. And either they told me that they don't care about my 2 view, or that they don't care about VTubers, like, stop simping, or they just flat out ignored me. And I remember, like, yeah, you know, the content creation community, man. A lot of egos and a lot of lack of I don't even want to say, like, being together, but, like, this shit affects everyone on the platform. You know, like, if YouTube fixes this shit and maybe they patch it so it doesn't happen in the future, it won't happen to them. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, like, I know people that didn't think it would happen to them until it did happen to them. So I just wanted to get that out of my chest. You know, it's just something that was very disappointing. All she did was, sorry. Yeah, Chikafu Julissa is a very, very talented upcoming VTuber. I mean, I don't know if she's upcoming after this, but she survived the Tsunderia massacre. But listen to this voice, okay? Like, if you don't understand why people say I'm simping, no, I legitimately think this woman has talent. Listen to this shit. Right? So, like, genuinely a talented person, if she's very nice, she doesn't deserve this shit. And this is like, I think YouTube got like 3 VTubers in a week now. There's another one from Niji Sanji. Like, she got her channel terminated, but I think I know what actually happened. So, in her situation, you know how VTubers have, like, the chat on the screen? I don't do that because I'm smarter, but, like, they don't. So they have their chat on the screen. She had bots with peculiar names flooding her, and that triggered the algorithm and got her a community guideline strike. But, like, she's with Niji Sanji, so Niji Sanji, being big with YouTube, managed to look into it, and they're probably going to restore her channel. I mean, she's confident that it's going to happen. But, like, you know, like, I guess, like, this is it, right? You need to be big in order for YouTube to notice you. Is that a Romanian I see on my screen? I never thought I'd see the day again. No Pepsi. Wait, you know what? Unfucking fortunately, you're right. There is no more Pepsi. It's gone. Yeah, VTubers terminated. So yeah, I mean, it's just like 3 of them, I believe, in the same week that got into problems with YouTube. And the thing, like, that's really interesting is that these are corporate VTubers. So if you don't understand, like, you got the YouTube terms of service you need to follow. And then on top of that, you got the corporate bullshit that you also need to follow. Like, for example, Pipkin Pippa. She got really big during the Portugal controversy, let's put it like that. I mean, she had like 2,000 viewers overall watching her, but then the company told her never to talk about that shit again. So, yeah. You know, like, even though it's to be honest, though, like, I will say this. I don't think she knows how to handle the drama. I mean, you know, she can dish it out, but I don't think she knows how to take. So if she would have gotten involved into that drama, I think it would have been bad for her. So maybe it's a good thing that the company hard-wrangled her, I think is how the internet likes to call it. Yeah. The stolen purse incident. The MERS. But it's a satchel, actually. Indiana Jones had the satchel, so it's not really correct to call it a purse. Do you know how man, like people laugh at the concept of a man wearing a purse, but like I'm thinking about getting one. I want the satchel like Indiana Jones. Do you know how convenient it is? Like I am so freaking tired of holding my phone in my hand out of fear that I will drop it. So like if I have some very bad pockets, especially with my pants, right? And I don't want to put my phone in it because I'm afraid it will drop. So I'm walking around, especially in Romania. Like you don't want to have your wallet in your pockets either, because like someone might just yank it. So I'm walking everywhere I'm going with it. Like this is the walk that I have on the street. Like literally, this is how I walk. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll get a fucking purse. I mean, it would definitely help. Because it's so freaking convenient. I mean, I'm looking at my wife, and every single time she's got like this purse with her, but doesn't care about anything else. She's got everything she needs. Yeah. First an iPhone, and now a purse. I haven't bought the purse yet, and I can't even put it as a company expense. A briefcase is too much, man. Like a briefcase is more than I need. It's heavy. Why the fuck would I carry a briefcase in it where I hold my wallet and my keys? Makes absolutely no sense. And like a briefcase, every time I wanna get my phone, I go like, and I pull my phone away. No, like it needs to be something that gives you easy access. Oh, I guess like there used to be like those things like a belt, and in front it was like a pouch. That would probably get, yeah, like a tool belt, but like not really a tool belt. It's more like to carry stuff, like usually cash. I knew waiters used to have it. So the waiter would have like the cash and stuff, and the can opener, they would have it in that thing. Yeah. First the perfume, and now man, look, shut the fuck up, okay? When you go to a store that sells perfumes, you will notice very expensive perfumes for men. That means that men buy them. If men buy them, there is a market. This is something else that, like, every woman that you ask if she uses sex toys, she will say no. But then you realize that if no woman buys the sex toys, then why are sex toys selling? Because like there wouldn't be a market, so the companies would go out of a business. It's a fanny pack. Get the fuck. It has a name. It's a fanny pack, chat. The more I learn, see, this is why I love the chat, because sometimes you guys hold the knowledge. You guys hold the knowledge and you give wisdom to me. Fanny pack. How the fuck can I go gay if I have a wife? Like, I guess like there were those sorts of gays, right? Like, especially in American politics back in the day, when being gay was not okay. They used to be like the family advocate politicians, and they were married, but like they would marry for the public so that the public leaves them the fuck alone. I think there were some kings in human history as well that also did this. Like they would marry, and then they would have like promiscuous activities with other men behind the scenes. Never underestimate the power of scent pheromone. I don't think it works, and I already discussed it on the stream. Like, let's say you have scent pheromones, and it drives the woman crazy, right? Like, she gets horny. She gets horny from sniffing the pheromone. And you're in a club, right? Like, you're in a club environment. Why would she go with you and not with Chad? I mean, like, the pheromones work on her, right? But that doesn't mean, like, she would go with you. She could just behind the scenes hang with Chad. Alright, let me give you some moderators here, some wrenches. I'm going to give wrenches to people who have membership on my channel. I did a great wrench reset, so if I missed anyone, I'll probably get back to you. Alright, this is probably going to be my video for tomorrow. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But Bill Maher taunts woke mob's obsession with trans rights and says prospect of Roe v. Wade being overturned puts it in perspective. So I love it how you now have like another very left-leaning progressive comedian that's trying to wake the hell up of the left. They're like, look, Like if you keep going on this path, like we're going to lose. And his point, you know, like is probably based on the fact that you can't say that you care about women's rights when you nominate a woman on the Supreme Court who can't define what a woman is. Like, if you can't say the definition of a woman, how can you be for women's rights? So he's saying that suddenly getting the right pronoun doesn't seem so big, does it? And people are saying that he's mocking trans people. I don't think he's mocking trans people. Over 90% of the people that use pronouns in their bios on Twitter aren't trans. I mean, I'm telling you, you know, like I'm just looking at I'm just looking at Twitter and I talk to people, and I can definitely say that most of them are like the vice president of the United States. She's got pronouns in the bio. She's not trans. Kamala Harris, I don't think identifies as a man. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm missing some additional context. But I don't think I am. Yeah, this is the Wrench Economic Forum, and I had to do the Great Wrench Reset. There were too many wrenches. And every now and then I reset it just to spicing things up a little bit. Create some scarcity among the wrenches. So, yeah. Let's see if I got something. And by the way, like, Bill Maher isn't the only one that got overturned. It's sorry, Bill Maher isn't the only one that got to speak against the establishment. Trevor Noah recently, like, he's coming up with some takes against Biden. By the way, what date is today? It's 10th of May. So tomorrow on the Archcast, I have made this happen. Because I'm creating my own content. Like, if I see something I like, I want more of it. So, Uni Luna is going to appear on the Archcast tomorrow. If you don't know who Uni Luna is, this is Uni Luna.
President birthday is here, so everybody make sure.
God fucking damn it.
None of us have to worry when you need this bed.
Imagine dying first.
Wait, Nipple, you're dead?
No.
Nipple! Oh my god! Wait, did you die, Nipple?
I don't know, do the same thing as you? Shut up! Shut up.
What
You die first, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, you die first. You die first, you die first, you die first, you die first.
The other time? Oh.
You die first, shut up!
Imagine. Oh, somebody just wrote Sukabliat. I can recognize that one. I think it's misspelled
It's
though.
actually not that.
It isn't?
It's misspelled.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
actually I think it's something like
Yeah, so, she's going to be on the Archcast.
Soup for the soup.
What do you mean you're at soup?
Garfield cart. Right now? Right, are you ready right now? Bro, I will pop into this fucking Discord channel and you better fucking tell me what to do. I'm in the fucking channel. Do it, no balls.
You
Hello?
winning?
I'm winning.
Oh, alright.
Alright.
Yeah. She sounds like who? You know what? I think that's just your imagination. You're just spreading harmful misinformation. She does not sound like who you say she sounds. Hopeful bigot. Hopeful bigot. I'm going to get the disinformation czar to pay you a visit, because what you just said is very dangerous. So absolutely not. It's your imagination. Just saying, you know. But you will definitely get her on the Archcast. I think Riccietta is going to be very upset, because he doesn't get cool VTubers, you know. Nick really tried, but he got cocked by corpo VTubers, I guess. You know, I guess he's not going to try to get that. There's other VTubers out there, is what I'm trying to say. You know, there's many opportunities, many other people. So yeah. What else should we talk about? How much time do we have left? Because my wife is waking up soon. I think my wife is waking up at 7, so I got time until then. She usually has the habit of barging into my studio, and it's because I didn't have a camera up until now. But now that I have a camera, like I keep telling her, look, woman, when you barge into my studio in the fucking morning, you don't realize how dangerous that is. I can make you famous to at least 100 people. Which is kind of good, you know, because back in the day, I would have like 500 viewers. So that would have been worse, but yeah. Nick pronounces V's name, Nick, blah, blah, blah. V pronounces Nick's name better than Nick does? I didn't know. How long until the wife wants to be a Romanian VTuber? She does like Lisa, I keep telling you, and she also likes Gargura. But she would never be able... I think like... No, wait. Actually, I think she would be able to VTube. Maybe I can give her the troll. She's naked. Well, yeah. You know, like, most people do not sleep with clothes on. So... it would be embarrassing, yes. Not as embarrassing as when it happened for Vosh. Okay? Like, it would be something that you guys could put on an OnlyFans. But it's definitely not something that I would like to happen. Let's put it like that. I look like your younger brother. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe I am part of the family. Who knows? Nick too spicy for Corpo VTuber. Well, I've seen some of Nick's exposés, and I can understand why the corporations refuse to work with them. Yes. People remember when I had the Succubus avatar. Jesus. That was a long time ago. HK9410. Man, you're going to run out of my... Look, at the end of the month, you're going to say, holy shit, why did I give this Romanian so much? I think the cologne perfume thing might be a cultural thing, because I've got stuff from the cologne aisle that said perfume on the back. I think, well, you know what, like, let's look it up. Like, what is the difference between cologne and perfume? Because I never checked it. I thought it's just the smell. Difference between cologne and perfume. Okay. What is the difference between perfume and cologne? So, the main difference between perfume and cologne is related to the scent strength. Perfumes are generally much stronger than colognes and usually contain a very high concentration of essential oils mixed into bases of alcohol. Colognes also contain essential oils and alcohol, but in much smaller amounts. For this reason, perfume tends to last longer than cologne because not much is needed to maintain the scent throughout the day. People often apply colognes in larger amounts because the smell generally does not linger. People often believe that the main difference between perfume and cologne is gender-related. Many people are under the impression that cologne is designed for men, while perfume is intended for women. There are actually perfume and colognes made for both men and women. Another difference between... Okay, I'll tell you the thing, alright? I'll tell you the thing, chat. It really matters what you're doing, right? So, like, if you're already with a girlfriend, and you're going to maintain close contact with her, like you're hand-holding and you're sitting on a bench next to her, go with the cologne. Like, go... Not necessarily like the cologne, but go with the perfume if you want. That's very light. Just don't overdo it. You know, sometimes even aftershave is enough. Like, women do like the smell of aftershave. But if you're on the first date, if you're going to a place, like an interview or something like that, and you're sitting across the table with the person, like there's a big distance, going with something more strong might be recommended. That doesn't mean you should overdo it, by the way. But that does mean that the person should be able to smell you from across the desk. Because think about it, like if you go with something light that a person can only smell if they're really next to you, and you're going to an interview or you're going to an exam or something, they're not going to notice. Right? Because like they're not going to smell your ass. But again, like if you're going with you know, someone that's close, then that's different. What about scented oil? I don't know. Like the thing with smells is that it's so freaking subjective that it's very difficult to know what a person will like. Like usually a woman will tell you, like if you actually get something that she likes, she will tell you. It's like, oh my god, you smell good. Like she'll give you a compliment, and then you know what perfume you should use in order for her to like it. I mean, think about it. Like when a woman comes with a very nice perfume, you probably will tell her, you're going to be like, oh wow, like that smells really great, right? And she wants that because she probably spent money on that shit, so she wants that compliment. Like complimenting a woman on her perfume is something that they usually appreciate, right? It's not like complimenting her on her tits. You can do that, but not on the first date. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, like if you genuinely like the perfume of a woman, that's probably a compliment that she didn't get, right? Because like most people will give a visual compliment, but if you give a smell compliment, like she would probably appreciate it. Especially, as I mentioned before, she spent money on that perfume. Like perfumes can be very expensive. So she will be happy knowing that she made the right choice because you're basically complimenting her like you knew what brand to choose. Forget cologne, buy an air fryer. I already have an air fryer, Elena Ceausescu. I'm very happy with my air fryer and with my perfume. I'm not going to get her a kettle. Dating advice from V. Yeah, well, someone needs to give you dating advice. It's not even dating advice, it's just common sense. I mean, look, like, why are you buying the product? You're buying the product because you want to smell better, right? So, where are you going? If you're going in a place where it's crowded, then it doesn't need to have a powerful smell. Because you're already going to smell good, right? Like, people are next to you. They're going to sniff you. But if you're going somewhere where there's going to be a distance between you and the other person, then obviously you need something stronger. It's not dating advice. It's just, I don't know. Another difference between perfume and cologne is the cost. In general, perfumes are much more expensive than cologne, and this is probably because there are more essential oils in them. Essential oils are typically not considered inexpensive, and the more of these fragrance contains, the more costly it is likely going to be. In spite of the higher cost, perfume may actually be a better value than cologne, because it usually takes longer to go through. A small bottle of highly concentrated scent might last twice as long as a blah blah blah. Yeah, don't use this logic, by the way. Like, you don't necessarily want... The thing is, right? People are very adaptable to smell. I think, like, smell is one of the most adaptable things we have. So, if a person smells you nice, you know, after a while, they're going to be used to the smell and they're not going to smell you anymore. It's kind of like when you chew gum, right? Like, when you chew gum the first time, it loses the taste. The reality is that the gum doesn't lose the taste after a while. It's just that you get used to it. Like, if you chew a gum that's very minty, I think, like, after, like, 2 or 3 minutes, you get used to it, and it just feels like rubber in your mouth. But if you put it somewhere, like, you put it on a piece of paper, and after 30 minutes, you put it back in your mouth, you're going to realize that it's still minty. It maintained the flavor, because it never lost the flavor. It's just like your mouth got adapted to the flavor so you don't feel it. And it's the same with perfume. So, like, having a perfume that lasts long, I mean, at one point, the person isn't going to even notice that you're still having it on, even though, like, technically you still smell nice. What? Fat clubs? What? Nani? V's talking about gum equals fat. Sometimes the chat bewilders me. Like, I come up with very interesting and scientific facts that I think, like, oh my god, like, the chat is going to love this. Like, they're going to adore this piece of information. Like, this trivia is something that they probably never heard about before. And then when I look at the chat, they're like, V is talking about gum equals vag. I just don't know what to do with you, chat. You're bewildering. If you fart, maybe it'll give the perfume smell again. That is correct, actually. Yeah, like, if you switch the scents, like from something beautiful to something unpleasant, then it will smell pleasant again after a while. I think. Or no, actually no, like, if you fart, so let me think. Okay, you got a good perfume, and then you blast them in fart. So the person got used to the smell of your perfume, and now there's the smell of the fart in the air. No, I think, like, the person after a while is just going to get used to the smell of the fart, so it's not going to smell it anymore. But, like, he was already used to the smell of your perfume, so no, it's not. Yeah, like, he's going to just get used to both smells. That's how it works. In America, perfume is for women and cologne for men. Meh. I just gave you the explanation now. We don't know what to do with ourselves either. No, I think you do. I think you do. It's to frustrate me. To frustrate me when I get involved, when I really put emotion and la pasión. When I put la pasión into the chat. Into explaining you guys how the world works. And then you're like talking about the VAG. It's just weird. Like, why you do this? Why you do this to me, chat? Alright, let's see, what other things should we look for? Why am I asking, actually? Like, I'm the one that's supposed to entertain you, not the other way around. See, I got a couple of things. But, I want to hold them for, my actual videos. Give me a second. Wow. I finished. There was someone today who gave me a file on Discord. It was called amaranth.rar. Let me show you the name of the file. Hello, Zenith. How's it going? So someone on Discord, chat, I need your advice. It was called Amaranth OnlyFans.rar, like something like this. This is what I got on Discord from one of you individual. I don't know why you thought I needed. I never thought I needed. But the temptation was there, not gonna lie. Should I have accepted or shouldn't I have accepted it? That's the question. It wasn't a link, it was a file transfer. V, what do you think of some of the non-crazier NRX guys like Oron McIntyre? Their thought that liberal society can handle real secularism seems to be pretty persuasive to me. I don't think secularism can actually exist because religion is like one of those necessities that mankind has. I mean, you find tribes in a forgotten area, you know, like in a jungle or something that never had contact with human civilization, and even they have religion. So I do think like religion needs to happen. But secularism in the sense of like keep it in your house, don't talk about it in public. I think that's necessary for a society to cohabitate. Because even if you have like the exact same religion, like let's say you have Christianity, you can look at the history of the UK and you can see the Protestants fighting with the Catholics and like having actual fights on the streets and stuff like that. That you want to tone that down rather than dial it back up, you know. But anyway, right? So I got that file. So, like, your concern, from what I understand, is that the file might have been a virus, right? But let's assume that it wasn't a virus. Let's assume that it was the real thing. Let's assume that it was the real deal. Should I have accepted it? That's the question. I was talking about it from a moral point of view, not from a point of view of a security risk. So not about the exploits. I'm literally curious about the visual images and the damage that it could have done to my brain. As I mentioned, the temptation was there. Raifo says no. You know what? I know what to do. I need to start a poll. I need to ask the chat for wisdom. So, should I have looked at the pictures? This is what I'm going to ask my community now. Think that those images could do damage? Oh my god, the chat is determined today. 72% no. And the vote, should I leave? I don't know if I leave it on for long, it's going to change the result at this point. I think like the vote is already decided, chat. No, but only because it's Amaranth. The Yes Squad is making a comeback. The Yes Squad is doing its thing. 61% no, 39% yes. Okay. You know what, chat? I wasn't strong. The temptation was too much. I accepted. I don't understand why people pay for that shit, honestly. I mean, she's using a 4K camera, and all I'm saying is that the cellulitis is there. Now, it's not that if I was single, and I would see a woman like her at the bar hitting on me, that I would pass the opportunity, okay? That's not what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, like, you pay money for it, okay? Like, when a financial transaction is involved, already a standard is applied. And I don't think, like, she meets the standard of the amount of cash that she is asking for. Like, what I'm seeing is that I've seen better on the internet that's free. Like, I would expect that if I pay money, I get something different than what I get if it's free. So it makes absolutely no sense. Why are people doing this? You'd have blocked and banned anyone that... There was cellulitis, yes. I don't know, like, why would you use a 4K camera? Again, like, I'm not saying that, like, women don't have cellulitis. No. What I am saying is that, why would you use a 4K camera? And why would you ask money for that? But actually, you know, it's not her that's the problem. It's the people paying money for that that's the problem. Yeah, I sacrifice myself like Chris Cuomo. See that. Ask my wife. Well, I'll tell my wife that it was required to make YouTube content, which I did. It's like getting celebrity pics. Exactly. Actually, she doesn't give a shit about what I do at the computer. Like, she only cares about real life stuff. So I kind of get that leeway going. It's okay. I think, like, she's just confident in herself, which she should be. That's one of the things that I like about my wife. A lot of confidence. When she's not ruining my garden, but I'm not going to get into that. She just went into the middle of the fucking lawn and planted a fucking tree in the middle. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like, why you did this? She did it when I was asleep. I couldn't protest. She had me at my weakest. I fortified the result? Yes. Anyway, this person will bait you with a few real videos, then send you a virus. Dude, I know. 4K TV was a mistake. I don't need to see people's pores. You know what? You do have a point. So, like, when it comes to 4K TV, if you look at stuff like nature, if you look at stuff like, you know, beautiful scenery, cars, yeah. But then when you get a close-up to a person and you can see the cellulitis, it's like, do I really want 4K? Do I really want that ultra high definition? Do I really need it in my life? I'm curious, like, how 8K looks like, but I guess, like, you need a big ass screen TV to make a difference, like 8K. Although, like, 8K now is not the big thing, is it? The big thing is Neo QLED bullshit. Like, what's the latest technology? I think, like, because of COVID and the supply chain disruptions and the lack of processors, they didn't really innovate that much with televisions, but last time I checked, it was like the Neo QLED, right? Like, that was the latest technological marvel when it came to TVs, like the peak television. 180 is human eyesight anyway. Yeah, but like when you know, like I hate it when people like do the science but do it poorly. Yes, 180 is the peak of human eyesight, but like when you're looking at from a distance, right? Like you got a television in front and you're looking at from a distance. You start to notice the imperfections. Like it's one thing like if you would put your eyes in front of the TV And it's another thing when you're looking at it from far away. Like, if you were right, like, you want to tell me that if you have, like, a TV that's 180 and a TV that's 4K, you literally can't tell which is which. Like, that's the argument you're making. Because I got news for you. Let's put money on it and I'll tell you which one is 180 and which one is 4K. Now, of course, if it's a very small thing, like, let's say, a phone, right? Like, with a phone, a 4K phone, you wouldn't notice it's 4K. Because the screen is very small and you're holding it in front of you. But if it's like if it's a big screen and it's far away, then you notice all these imperfections. 4K when you have a larger computer monitors, but 4K TV don't work. What the fuck do you mean 4K TVs don't work? Like, man, give me a 180 TV and a 4K TV. I will tell you which one is which. 180 is the human eyesight at a phone screen size from the distance from the lap. Yeah, exactly, Zedif. Is what I tried to explain, but using longer words. It's kind of like the same conversation that people used to have about 60 frames per second, saying it's like, oh no, like, I think it was 30 frames, yeah. So it was like, no, like 30 frames is the best. Like, this used to be a conversation back in my day. I think it was with consoles. Like, 30 frames is the best. You don't need 60 frames because the human eyesight can't handle more than the number of frames. And, you know, like, you're right. Like, you can't really tell the difference on a static image. But when you're playing competitively, like, those extra frames allow you to aim. Like, the game just feels smoother when it runs in higher frames. And this is why a lot of competitive players, especially, like, first-person shooters and whatnot, like, when you have, like, 125 frames per second, the game feels so smooth. And the explanation is there because, like, if you have, like, 30 frames, right, and you move your mouse over the screen, chances are, like, the frame where the target is literally in front of the crosshair can skip. So you might not even get to see when the enemy player is in front of your crosshair because that's a frame that got skipped. If you have like 120 frames, like, it's almost impossible for that particular important frame to skip. So that's why, like, you need higher frames. But even though, like, yeah, the human eye can't see more than 60, I believe. But there is, like, even though, like, you can't see it, you can feel it because the game doesn't feel smooth, right? Like, the game feels laggy, it feels clunky. You can't really articulate why unless you understand how frames work. And there is a big difference. And it's the same with the resolution for a television. I can see LEDs running on 60 hertz, AC blink and flicker. Yeah, no, but like, dude, if I show you a still image, okay? If I show you a still image that's 60 frames and a still image that's 250 frames, you won't be able to tell the difference. But if you log in a game and you play the game, you will immediately be able to tell the difference, which is 60 and which is 250. That's what I'm trying to explain here. 24 FPS for 2D animation is ideal. Yeah, like, for things like animation and stuff, it doesn't really matter. Although, like, at one point, if there's a lot of frames, the animations will feel more relaxing to look at. Like, the eye feels a lot more relaxed. At least with me. I don't know if this is subjective or not. You can just feel it. It's real. And it's not that you can feel it. You know, like, you can just... You will notice that the game is more responsive. That's the way to put it. Like, you'll notice that the game is a lot more responsive. And I guess, like, when you go, like, in a really high FPS, like, the difference between 125 and, like, 250 or whatever it is, you know, like, that's more like a fine wine difference. Like a person that played a lot of games might be able to tell you, yeah, like, this is 125 and this is 250. Like after a while, or sorry, like 250 and 300 and whatever, you know, those differences, like, only a professional gamer will be able to tell you which monitor is which. But I guarantee to you, any person will tell you the difference between 60 and 125. I would buy a 180 60 FPS over a 4K. Yeah, well, that's the reason. You know, I used to have a time when I would put the flat screen TV. I had this massive TV and I would use it for a monitor. I mean, I'm telling you this, like, the gaming experience was fucking amazing. Like, having this big ass TV, you know, it wasn't like a wall, but it was still pretty big. I think it was 125 inches or something like that. It was a big TV. And I would just put it instead of a monitor and I would play on it. But I didn't understand the FPS at the time. And I thought that my computer is bad because like everything was lagging. And I thought, oh my god, like I need to upgrade my PC. But in reality, it was like just the television was capped at 60, right? But like still, if you get a big ass TV and you put it instead of the monitor, like my god, the difference that, like some games, by the way, especially games that don't require FPS, like you get such a cool immersion. Because again, it's like it's huge, it's massive, right? So if you play Anno, for example, or Frostpunk, you know, anything that's not multiplayer, pretty much. Oh my god, it's so great. But if you play something that's multiplayer, so for example, if you play League of Legends, you're kind of fucked because you're going to be dropping frames, you're going to be experiencing sluggishness. Yeah, it's not good for competitive, but it's very good for God of War. Yeah, good point. Anyway, right, my wife is about to wake up. Let me check what time it is. Wait, it can't be. I think the stream is lying to me. I've been streaming for more than 30 minutes. Oh, there we go. 1 hour. There we go. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you for being here and for the kind comments. And I'll